When you see that field of blue, you know it can be only one place in the world. Boise, Idaho, on the campus of Boise State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Memphis Tigers. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Boise State Broncos. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little extra time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense is.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number one, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. It's Holstein. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Wants to bring it back. Makes a move. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory. Turning it on! Bust through behind his pad. The tag! Touchdown, Boise State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Everett. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. At the 40, there he goes. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Makes the catch. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Finds his big tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Obviously, third downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the first down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy. Run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
And I feel like the option play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses. There he goes. And into the end zone, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the point after is good. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Breaks the tackle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Floating away. Got his man downfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's dragged down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking for a man. It's long. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Broncos line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, this is a bad, bad shame. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Takes it on the return. He's got great speed. Touchdown Broncos! Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. I think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
He'll bring it out. It's Everett. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Steps away to find some room. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on third down. He's got him. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit. Yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in third down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
Makes a nice grab at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Touchdown, Broncos! Special teams proving to be special. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through...
And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Bringing the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Memphis will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the grab close to the logo. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll go right back to it. Fights off the defender. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Tight end now in motion. They'll run it from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field and getting him down on the ground.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Give to the running back. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And off from the shotgun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Off-play action on first down. Looking to take a shot. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. Touchdown, Memphis. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category.
Almost a little bit more on that return. He's chased out of bounds at the 30 in good starting position for this offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to throw, it's long. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll try the run. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on 3rd down, now setting up 4th.
And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking downfield on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Stands in and takes the hit. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw. It's Holstein. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might...
Oh, he's got some space. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Broncos come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Broncos will have it first and 10. Looking for a man. It's long. Snagged out of the air. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Boise State.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juiced. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Broncos will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play to get our comp.
Wide open spaces at the 30. 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Memphis. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll leave it with him. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And the Broncos come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bell. Breaks into the open. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Handoff from the gun. On the move at the 30. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Got out of trouble and throws. Firing to the right, complete. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now...
Touchdown Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. To throw, it's long. Now he's going to break the pocket. Brings it down on the right side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger.
Okay, let's make some good calls, offense.
From the gun. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Moving out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. This one's complete. And he's wrestled to the ground.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this offense, man, here in the second half, they give up another sack, and they're just not as crisp. Like first half, it felt like they were in a good rhythm. Nice job by this defense. After half, coming out with some adjustments that has confused this offense.
And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. looking to throw. It's Holstein. Swings it out to his running back. At the 35, he's loose. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Got his man. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
Memphis just keeps moving the chains on this drive. They're set up with another first down. The option look. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Looking to fire. Trying to barrel in. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. He wants to throw it. Touchdown, Memphis! They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
Got his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass. It's Holstein. Moving away from pressure. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Finding open areas. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. The Broncos will hustle to the line.
Well, you're down 2 possessions. The defense knows you're going to take shots, so it's not going to be easy. But how about that explosive play and a 50-50 ball? Guy comes down with it, and that is perfect. You've got to score quick and get the ball back quickly here to win this game.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll try the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. He's already made 1 field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. Oh, and the attempt is no good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. They'll go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. Wants to throw. It's Holstein. Hauls it in. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand this, and that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. He's looking to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Smith. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense. Understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Now on the move. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Well, the head coach said he was going to be aggressive. 4th and 2 is kind of right on that edge, but he goes for it and gets it done.
He said he was going to be aggressive, and he backed it up. That's one thing you want to see. You want to hear your coaches talk, and you want to see them back it up on the field.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Some of this, they'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Bell. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Throwing right. Complete downfield. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Tosses it incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bell. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Not a chance. Missed it. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Scanning the field. It's long. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And they say this is a game of inches, just a few more inches in the field of play, and it would have been a big game. Instead, it's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the 1st down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. To the air on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
The snap sets up the throw. Looking to buy time. Into the end zone, the 2-point conversion is good if it stands. There is a penalty marker on the play. First part of the equation complete with the touchdown. Now the 2-point try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. He'll set up the throw. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Quarterback takes a knee.